if he takes that fight with Dan Hooker, I think Jackson Wink is the perfect team for him, because one thing that Greg Jackson does very well is game plan.
Yeah.
He is a wizard when it comes to game planning. And John, Tony Ferguson better than probably any of us. I mean, outside of the cage, personality wise, is that a good fit?
It's a great fit, and it's something that Tony needs. The one thing that if I was talking to Tony, I would tell him, hey, don't try to be in charge of your training. Yeah. Let them be in charge of your training. When they tell you to back off, back the fuck off. And that's one of the things that Tony has a hard time doing. Tony doesn't have, he's got one speed, and it's go. And it's what has made Tony who he is. But you need to back off at times. You need to listen to your trainers, help your training partners, help you. Don't be in charge of your training. Go there, listen, be a sponge, learn, and let them game plan for you, and then follow what they give you, and you're going to come out with a win.
Yeah. He needs to work on fighting a different way. And he's
That's what I'm talking about.
He needs to do what Andre Arlovsky. He needs to make these little changes.
Yes.
When he fought me, he was in his prime. He was somebody that he could
come
push
forward.
the pace. Yeah. He could come forward. He could take a shot. He could do all this. Don't get me wrong. He can still take a fucking shot.
Sure.
Don't let what happened in the last fight fool you.
Anybody would have been knocked out in that situation where that hit him.
Exactly. Tony Ferguson is a fucking dog. There's no quitting him. That's never what's been in question, is that during those times, and I go back to the Roy Jones thing again, he's gotten away with not using the proper technique with a lot of stuff because he was so good at being creative. The roll away from the double leg, the way his striking is, the way he turns his back and then comes back with a combination, his push kick with his hands way down, but he had a nasty hard push kick up the middle when I found out. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. He was phenomenal when you're in your prime. He can get away with it because there's a little bit of speed there. There's a little bit of strength and mobility, and the chin's still 100% in there. Like you're in your prime. You're filling your oats. As you get older, you've got to make those adjustments on what you can get away with. Yeah. We talked about it with Dom Cruz against Chito. This is a tough fight for Dom because of the speed is going down just a tiny bit, not a lot, but it's the drop. Holly Holmes, same thing. The speed starts to go and you start getting hit with shots that you didn't used to get hit with. Tony's in that same position. When I fought, Tony is the same age, believe the same age that when I fought him. We're going through different transitions. Like
37, 38.
Yeah, 37. I think I was just turned 38, or I might have been 37 towards the end. July, I think we fought in July. And my birthday's right around the corner. But he is in that transition. He's right in that spot of, he's got to make some adjustments. He's got to fine tune and use a little bit more technique to avoid the damage, but still use what he uses to be successful and be fun. Because if he's not being creative, he's not fucking Tony Ferguson.
That's right.
And he's got to be that way. But I agree with you, John. He's got to listen to the coaches. Yeah. Look at what their coaches have done to Aaron Pico.
Yep.
If you need any fucking...
But that's because Aaron Pico was smart enough to just be a sponge. Yeah. Don't go in there like... Obviously, I don't know. Teach me.
Yeah. Aaron Pico, when he was in L.A., he would go from gym to gym to gym, bouncing around like GSP did.
Yep.
But he would go gym to gym to gym and kind of control his own camp. Yep. Now when he went to Greg Jackson's, it's like he's got his set coaches. They are there. He's bonded with them. Boom. They are 100% focused on him, and look at the gains that he's made. I think Tony, if you see the transitions that Aaron's made in terms of the grappling and the way he's hitting his submissions, I think that Tony just needs to be rejuvenated a little bit like that, and then see him get into that fight with Dan Hooker. I'll take that all day long, man. Yep. I'll take that all day long. Go to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code WEIGHING IN, and they'll give you additional spending cash with your first initial deposit.